Yo, welcome back to Herbistry420. I'm your host, Fordee. Today we're going to pickle red cabbage. What? It's not the video I was going to do today, but my throat is a bit itchy. In fact, it's difficult to talk. So let's go ahead and get started, baby. All right, so we're closer. First thing you want to do is grab your red cabbage, huh? So I think we're going to use about a quarter of this. I'm not sure. Actually, this is my first time doing it. I decided I wanted some shrimp tacos, and I was like, oh, we should pickle some red cabbage. And that's where we're at, huh? Now you could use a mandolin instead of a knife. I'm going to use a knife. And if you use a mandolin, just be super careful that you don't cut yourself. I remember when I first moved here, I cut my finger. The doctor came. It was crazy, huh? Like they were going to take me to the hospital, grasp some skin off my ass, but luckily it didn't touch the bone, huh? Anyway, so we're going to go thin. I'll shut up. Let's do this. All right, you might notice I cut a little bit more because I wasn't exactly sure what's going to fit in this mason jar right here. And at the moment, it's the only mason jar I have available. So we're just going to do this, right? So first thing, turn on your stove. I'm going to turn it on high heat. I have a quarter liter right here, right? So a quarter liter, 250 milliliters of water. I'm going to go ahead and pour that in. Next, I'm going to match it with a quarter liter of white vinegar, right? So, whew, the smell, huh? Now you can do this without putting it on the stove, actually. By heating this up, what we're going to do is we're going to get the flavors melding a bit more. Although, you could, again, not do it on the stove. So here's a quarter cup of vinegar, white vinegar. You could use apple cider, you could use red wine, etc. White vinegar seems to be the cheapest, so let's go that route, and it comes out just fine, right? From what I understand, my first time. These chilies are from the freezer. I don't know how much this will impart flavor or not, but I'm going to throw them in after cutting them in half, right? So this way maybe some of the goodness comes out from the inside. And we're going to take the top off, or the stem, right? We'll put those in there. It's basically 2 habaneros and 1 cayenne, right? All right, so that's been put in there. Next, we're going to take 2 teaspoons of salt. So here's 1. This is 2. There we go, as I spill, because I love to spill. Not on purpose, right? I mean, I think I'm just trying to be consistent. Next, we're going to take a tablespoon of sugar, white sugar. So here's a tablespoon of white sugar. We'll put that in there. Next, we are going to take a clove of garlic. I don't have garlic from the head, right? I only have it in this jar, so that's about a teaspoon, right? 1 clove, about 1 teaspoon. I could probably just use this. And actually, this is ginger. I can smell. Let me grab the garlic. All right, here's the garlic. Take a hefty teaspoon, maybe even a little bit more. Put that in there, right? Put the top on. Now, you could put other aromatics and herbs. We're just gonna put some peppercorns. Exactly how many, I don't know, right? I'll just go ahead and take maybe a tablespoon or so. So now we have the peppers, the peppercorns, we've got the garlic, we've got the sugar, we've got the salt, and that's it. We're going to bring this up to a simmer. When it comes up to a simmer, we're going to move it off the fire, we're going to put the cabbage in there, and then we're going to pour it all in the mason jar. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. All right, of course. Of course, I stepped away a bit longer than I had planned. I was responding to a comment on YouTube. Oops. Anyway, so you're supposed to bring this to a simmer. We brought it to a full boil. Let's go ahead and drop our cabbage in here. It's not boiling anymore. And you don't really need to see what's happening. I'm just putting the cabbage in the water, right? And we're not trying to cook it, right? Let's go ahead and make sure we turn this off. Maybe we could even switch places here. Something. And this may even be too much for this mason jar. Let's see, right? So go ahead and put that in the sink. This in the sink. We're just going to mix this around for a little bit. Just make sure everything is getting coated, right? And listen, you can do this without putting it on the heat, right? You can just do it with white vinegar. Put all of your cabbage in here, cover it with white vinegar. After you do that, put 1 tablespoon of salt per cup of vinegar, right? And you could do it like that. However, if you do it over the stove, what's going to happen is the flavors are going to meld more. So the fact that we use chilies, we use peppercorns, we use some garlic, etc., that will be more prevalent because we heated it up. If we had just dropped it in the glass or in the mason jar, it wouldn't. The flavors wouldn't have time to mature, right? So this is a way to make sure that that happens. So I don't know how well this is going to work with the little funnel I have here, but let's try, right? Look at that beautiful liquid. Excuse me. Man, I'm coming down with something, I think. I hope not. I have so much stuff to do this week. I think one of my buddies got sick over the weekend, and I saw him on Friday, and I think he gave me his cold or sickness, or I don't know. So I've already called him today to tell him off, but just kidding. I love him, but I hope that I didn't get his cold. All right, so this stuff is getting through the funnel. It just takes a little bit of negotiation, right? Now, obviously, you don't have to use a funnel. This is just me trying to make less of a mess than I normally make, right? And what we're going to notice here is I have way more cabbage than I have liquid. So that's actually probably a good thing because I can show you what to do, right? Because you want this stuff covered. So... And another thing, is because we heated this liquid up, we're going to leave it outside of the fridge until it cools down. Once it cools, we'll put it in the fridge, bada bing, bada boom. But let's see, I think we're going to stop there. There's almost nothing left, so we really actually almost used all of it, so that's kind of cool. We're going to put this right here. Now what I want to do is I want to push this stuff down. Oh, look, we could even get more in here. So... I'm glad I didn't put that. I put it on top of something so I could still use it. Yes. All right. I mean, talk about perfection. Look at that. I mean, just guessing the amount, and it was right. That always makes you feel accomplished, right? Like I was able to tie my shoes today. Yes. I'm wondering, the tickle started last night. I was smoking the volcano, and I think I need to change the bag because I'm getting a tickle. It could be from the stale smoke that might have been left in there. I don't know, huh? So I started looking online to see like what people say. They say, oh, change it after X amount of time. I probably should have already changed it. So could be that, or could just be getting sick, huh? So I'm gonna push all this stuff down. And I heard from someone else online, they said, you know what? If you're worried about things going under the liquid, which you want it to all go under the liquid, then what you could do is take a paper towel. And this is just for right now to make sure everything gets totally soaked because we're going to take this out, right? And this is pushing everything below, and we're going to leave this. I'm going to wait 20, 30 minutes. I don't know how long exactly I'll put in the video, how long it takes for this to cool down right here. If after I do, I'll take the napkin out or the paper towel, I'll throw it away. I'll put this in the fridge. 30 minutes after that, it should cool down, and then we'll take it out of the fridge and we'll go ahead and give it a try. I'll see you guys then, baby. All right, so we're back. We put it in the fridge after waiting for it to cool down, and I just had a lozenge, so I'm coughing less. Let's get this video done, baby. So we're gonna give it a try. I put it in the fridge to cool it down. I think it's been a total of an hour since I recorded the last part. I'm gonna open this up. There we go. Now, here's the thing. This is gonna keep in the fridge for, outside of the fridge for maybe 7 days, in the fridge for maybe 2 to 3 weeks. You can smell this pickled cabbage, huh? Mind you, that's nice. You saw me flinch. There's a little bit of sharpness, and I'm sick right now, huh? So the combination of the sharpness in the back of my throat, it gave me a little jolt, but the taste is really nice. You can put this on burgers. You can put it on tacos. You can make it in a salad. Just dress on the top of the salad. It gives a nice bright bite. Again, last 7 days out of the fridge, in the fridge, 2 to 3 weeks. This is a good way to get rid of, you know, if your cabbage is going to go bad, you can pickle it, put a bunch of jars in the fridge. In fact, I want to get another jar so I can do the other half. Bada bing, bada boom. We'll see how I feel tomorrow if I can do a video. Maybe we'll do a burger with this red cabbage, or maybe we'll do some type of shrimp taco or something like that. This is not infused. However, we can make it infused when we make whatever we're going to put it with. Guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe. You know the deal, baby. Till next time. Woo! I'm out.